If he had another opportunity, Chris Jones admitted on Wednesday that he would have approached his situation with the Kansas City Chiefs differently. The All-Pro defensive player acknowledged that, following the season-opening loss to the Detroit Lions, he would have adjusted his approach during the off-season, training camp, and preseason. However, Jones kept exactly how he would have made that change a secret. When you have a lot of new players, it's challenging to stay away, especially on the defensive line, noted Jones, who returned to practice 2 days after agreeing to a revamped one-year contract with the potential for an increase if certain incentives are met. These are decisions you have to deal with, he continued. I would have done things differently, but I'm grateful for the outcome. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid expressed his expectation that Jones could contribute in some capacity next Sunday in Jacksonville. He's a crucial part of us, and I'm happy he's back. We'll evaluate his physical condition as we go along, Reid said. He usually keeps in good shape. We'll see how he performs on the field. At least Jones will be on the field this time. In the Chiefs' season opener against Detroit, he watched the game from his private suite, a sight he didn't particularly enjoy. Kansas City stumbled and lost 21-20. Jones couldn't assist his teammates after they celebrated their Super Bowl victory with a flag-raising ceremony before the game. During the game, he felt like one of the 80,000 fans at Arrowhead Stadium, nail-biting. It was a crazy experience, Jones said. It was the first time I watched a game from my own suite. Now I understand why I paid so much for it. The food was amazing. But it was a different perspective. I could feel the fans' stress. This offseason has been stressful for the Chiefs as they attempted to reach a long-term agreement with Jones, who is still under a 4-year contract worth $80 million. Negotiations didn't come close to an agreement, resulting in substantial fines for Jones due to his absence from mandatory events, training camp, and the preseason, as well as missing the season opener. Jones revealed that his revamped contract allows him to recoup the fines, but didn't provide details. He also stated that he won't continue negotiations during the season but is open to revisiting them after the season ends. I don't want to be negotiating during the season, Jones emphasized. My focus now is to be the best I can for this team, the best player on this defense, and the best player in the league. Anything less than that is a disappointment to me. He also clarified that he's not necessarily seeking to become the highest-paid defender in the league, a distinction currently held by the Rams' Aaron Donald with a 3-year contract worth $96 million. No way, he said. Is it important to be the best at my position? Absolutely. One could argue that Jones achieved precisely that status last season with 15.5 sacks, equaling his career-best performance, standout playoff performances, and his second Super Bowl ring in 4 years. His ability to apply pressure from the interior of the defensive line was sorely missed in the Chiefs' loss to the Lions, who struggled to contain opposing quarterback Jared Goff, allowing only 1 sack. Kansas City's defense was already without defensive end Charles Omenihu, serving a 6-game suspension imposed by the NFL. It's clear that the defensive front will need to improve its performance against Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence next Sunday. The amount of playing time Jones will see in Jacksonville is still uncertain, but his return was warmly welcomed by his Kansas City teammates, who consistently expressed their support during the offseason. We're happy to have him back. Chris is not only a great player, but also a great person in the locker room, said Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He always has a smile on his face. As I said at the beginning of training camp, whenever he comes back here, we'll welcome him with open arms, and now we'll try to go out there and get a win.